Good afternoon. I'm Storm Team 2 meteorologist Brant Beckman. We're tracking a severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Charleston County, looking at southern Berkeley County. This includes Mount Pleasant, North Charleston, Daniel Island, IOP, and other sections of the Low Country. We're going to be tracking this right now, where it's about 3:29 p.m., and we appreciate everyone joining up. Let us know where you're watching from. If you have any storm reports, we'll certainly take that in the comments section. But for right now, what we're looking at is this severe thunderstorm warning, putting out a prolific amount of lightning here for the Daniel Island Peninsula, Kanehoy, one of those central areas that's getting this thunderstorm. Looking at Highway 17 as you're going just past the IOP connector here on 17. You're looking at the Aldi, the Costco, Highway 41. You're going up past God's Goods. You're going all the way up towards portions of 17, just below Ondaw is where the severe thunderstorm warning has been placed. That goes until 4 p.m. this afternoon. And again, this is not a severe thunderstorm warning for lightning. There is no severe thunderstorm warning for lightning. This is going to be for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts that are possible with this thunderstorm. Looking at the potential for that to increase lightning-wise as we go through the afternoon. Now, notice just because places like Sullivan's Island and IOP is not included in this severe thunderstorm warning, particularly looking at these areas along the islands and beaches, we have lightning strikes that we're picking up out of this thunderstorm, out of the anvil. These are positive strikes that we're getting from this thunderstorm. So a lot of cloud to ground, or rather ground to cloud lightning strikes that we're observing here. So this is something that's worth noting. Anyone in Mount Pleasant right now needs to be cautious. Here we go. We got Shem Creek down here. If you're enjoying the heat of the day out that direction, we have lightning strikes in Charleston Harbor. We have a couple of them that are up towards the Wando, Long Point Road, looking at areas of 17. These are areas that are outside the severe thunderstorm warning, but the folks that we want to pay attention to right now, look at this area of thunderstorm activity that's just south of Kanehoy Plantation Road. This is out in the marsh right now, but this is a lot of purple. This is a heavy, heavy rain with lots of lightning right here. This is south of Clements Ferry Road, west of 41, near Phillip, Martins Point Landing. We'll go ahead and check on our folks that are joining up for us. Long Point Road, lots of thunder, but no rain. Thank you, Crystal, for that report. Denise from Goose Creek, thank you so much for joining up. Yeah, we're going to be likely seeing a good amount of this activity continue as we head into the next hour or so. Even if it's not there right now, we're going to be looking at this potentially through the next hour as it slowly pushes south towards Mount Pleasant. So Mount Pleasant proper, Patriots Point, maybe not seeing any rain, but you're seeing the lightning from this right now. The area of concentration, again, is this area just west of Martins Point Landing. You do have a good amount of lightning that's in that section of the storm. A lot of lightning off of just Phillip Highway 41 here. Let's go ahead and move this a little bit further to the west. Hey, Shannon, watching from Hanahan, thank you so much for joining us. So again, if you have any storm reports, we'll certainly take that. Notice that we get towards places like Whitehall Terrace, Porcher Bluff, 10 Mile. This is going all the way up towards Chandler, North Highway 17, Woodville, Seawee Road. So right near Seawee Road is when the rain looks like it's lightening up just a little bit. Notice that the red is where we have the heavy rain here, and the green is where you have the lighter rain. Yellow House Landing getting some of that rain, but most of this is Daniel Island right here. We've got Daniel Island stretching all the way down. Here's the Daniel Island Peninsula. You actually recognize 526 here going through Daniel Island down to Mount Pleasant and then reaching 17. This is 526 right here, and this thunderstorm is just to the northeast of 526. This is basically along 17. If you keep going east on 17 or heading north on 17 towards Ondaw, you're going to run right into this severe thunderstorm. And again, we have gusty winds. It's just barely meeting the criteria of severe thunderstorm, which is right at 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. But that's enough to knock down any weak trees, get some branches knocked off. So that's worth paying attention to. Want to make sure that I'm getting to any questions that anyone might have at this point. All right, so we do have a lot of lightning pictures coming in. Thank you, everyone who's sending in those photographs. We do have a lot of lightning that we are detecting out of this thunderstorm, a large amount, in fact. Okay, good question. So someone's asking, how long is this going to last? At this point, this is a repeat of the last 2 days. We've had thunderstorms like this up in Georgetown County, portions of Berkeley County. We remember that those thunderstorms trained over a fairly small area over a long period of time. They didn't stay severe that entire time, but they did bring a large amount of rain. So right now, if you're under this thunderstorm and you're getting all this rain, this may not move for quite some time. So expect some street flooding at the very least. Any low-lying areas that is prone to flooding, those areas need to pay attention. We're getting some good rain rates out of this. And if we look at the accumulation map here, right now the rain rate, if this storm continues in these same areas, we got 3 to 4 inches of rain an hour right now falling in these areas. So if the intensity continues for the next hour, these areas along the Mount Pleasant Peninsula, going over to Daniel Island, the Cane Hoy area particularly, could see 2 to 3 to 4 inches of rain out of this before all is said and done in a short amount of time. Now, we're getting ready for News 2 at 4, and we're going to make sure that we are being cognizant of that. So we may have to switch gears here before long. And what we'll do is we'll be sure to keep you guys up to date as that continues. But overall, right now, we're looking at this thunderstorms producing a large amount of rain, a lot of lightning. Okay, good question. So we have lightning that is continuing to be outside the severe thunderstorm warning. So a lot of folks saying that they're seeing lightning and hearing thunder in IOP, in Sullivan's Island. Now, you're not directly under the severe thunderstorm warning in Sullivan's Island, but you're getting some of the lightning and thunder. So my advice is to seek shelter while this thunderstorm actually moves out of the area, because this is a big boomer of a thunderstorm with paying attention to. So let's go and go back to the radar here, because we want to get people caught up. For those of you just joining us, we have a severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Mount Pleasant Peninsula, Daniel Island Peninsula, Charleston County, far southern portions of Berkeley County, North Charleston, and the airport. Technically, you are under the severe thunderstorm warning, but it's slowly moving. It's not really moving anywhere. Let's go ahead and loop the last 30 minutes. Notice that it's really kind of hanging out in that one spot. The latest scan does show some weakening out of that thunderstorm, so that's the good news, but still has a lot of bark to it, if even not a lot of bite. You have this cell right here. Now that's near Cane Hoy, as you're going up the Daniel Island Peninsula, and anyone caught in this section of the storm, that's just heavy rain. That's along 17, just east of the IOP connector. Here's your IOP connector right here. And as you head north along 17, you get to South Carolina 41, Highway 41. You're really running into some downright heavy rain. There's been reports of traffic lights along Long Point that are blinking or may have had an electrical issue. And that's not surprising given the amount of lightning that we're seeing out of this system. Let's go ahead and make sure we're getting everyone's questions here. All right, wild. Okay, awesome. Monk's Corner, Jennifer, as of right now, Monk's Corner, not seeing anything, but on days like today, you got to be careful. If you can hear thunder, you can be struck out of some of these thunderstorms today. Harleyville, Debbie, thank you so much for joining us. Wild lightning and torrential rain in North Mount Pleasant. Maggie, thank you so much for that report. Lots of lightning with large wind gusts in Dunes West in Rivertown. Leslie, thank you so much for that report. Lots of lightning and large wind gusts in Dunes West and Rivertown. Thank you. Raining in North Charleston now. Okay, so North Charleston's getting a little bit of rain. That may be that cell that we're looking at just to the north of the airport there. That's going to be just southeast of Hanahan. That's a smaller cell, but you can get some lightning out of that. The main show is going to be that big cell over Cane Hoy right now. How about Williamsburg County? Gary, let's talk about Williamsburg County, because y'all have had it the last couple of days, and I think you may be having a little bit of a break today. I see there's some thunderstorm activity, but Williamsburg County right now, you're clear. You don't have a single drop of rain as of right now. We got a few thunderstorms pushing off of Pawleys right now. Georgetown County, not seeing a whole lot out of that. You get down a little bit further south, Charleston County, and you're seeing a whole lot of activity right here out of this cell, south of Ondod, north of Charleston, north of downtown Charleston. Southern Colleton County, you're getting a little bit of a thunderstorm down there, dropping some lightning just northwest of Edisto. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Hollywood, Johns Island needs to pay attention to that storm as it continues to push to the east. And looking at North Charleston here, you do have a little bit of a cell that's trying to pop up there. Notice that's near Charleston Farms. This is a separate, smaller cell from the main thunderstorm complex that's causing all the problems, but we'll be sure to keep an eye on that. Beautiful blue skies and lots of sunshine in Jedburgh. Shirley, thank you so much for sharing that report. Listen, a lot of sunshine out there. It's only a few thunderstorms causing the problems. Due west has been heavy rain, lightning, and thunder for the last hour. Thank you, Cynthia. Very windy in North Charleston. That's what the severe thunderstorm warning is for, Victoria. Thank you so much. Macedonia, thank you so much for tuning in. No rain in Mount Pleasant so far. So, Teddy, you're likely on the southern end of the peninsula. There's only been rumbles of thunder and lightning here at the WCBD News 2 studio. And you go up the road just past IOP connector, and all of a sudden you're in it. And so it's kind of a storm that's just directly across the street, and then one side of the street is dry, and the other side of the street has the storm. That's what we're looking at today. Sure, West Ashley would get something. Kathy, you and Johns Island and James Island are all hoping for the same thing. You're just hoping for a little rain. Any tornadoes expected in the Mount Pleasant area? Tracy, no. That's a very low. It's never a 0% threat on any day in the summer, but it is low. We're not really concerned about that. It's a good question. Our biggest concern right now, lightning and probably some street flooding coming out of this thunderstorm. National Weather Service has 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts out of this thunderstorm, so that's what we're looking at. No rain yet off of Cainhoy and Hugie, but looks threatening, and hear the thunder. Sherry says, yeah, you go just south of Hugie. You'll find it. It's down there. Hamlin Plantation, Rifle Range slowing down now, but lost power twice and lots of big boomers. Yeah, Susan, you guys were in that lightning food. You still are technically, but you want to keep an eye on that. Not raining on Cainhoy Road near the Baldwin Corner. Thank you, Carol, for that report. So it's very spotty. Not everyone in Mount Pleasant, not everyone in North Charleston is seeing this right now, but it's there. Appreciate all the storm reports. It helps out a lot. So this is a prolific lightning producer of anything, and the warning is only for the wind gusts. So no hail expected out of this thunderstorm. That's the good news. But if you're up towards the Costco, if you're up towards Aldi on 17, you got quite the storm here over the last 15 minutes. It's starting to let up now. We still have pretty good thunderstorm towards Cainhoy, and you're heading north along the Daniel Island Peninsula. That cell just near Charleston Farms there, Dewey's Hill, that's starting to get a little bit more of a punch to it. So we'll keep an eye on that. If this storm is anything like the last couple of days, what this storm is going to do is it's going to propagate westward. So if you're up in southern Dorchester County, keep an eye on that thunderstorm. Even though technically it's meandering to the south here, I think we're going to have cells formed to the west of it, and then all those cells will slowly push to the south. So you can see where that boundary is setting up right now. Let's see, wind gusts up to 12 miles per hour. Thank you, Victoria. Nancy was getting some heavy rain, lightning in McClellanville for about 40 minutes. It's starting to get light rain now. You guys had a quick cell. It's actually already dissipated at this point. It was very quick. Somerville. So for Somerville, you're just to the north of this. You're not seeing a whole lot of action out of this thunderstorm. You may see a little something. You're going to hear some thunder and lightning. Most of it's going to be to your south, though. Most of it will be to your south. Cainhoy Road. Carol, thank you. We heard thunder in North Charleston, Victoria. It's close. It's close by. All right, so let's do a quick recap here for those of us just joining us. We have a severe thunderstorm warning that's for Mount Pleasant, and that goes until 4 p.m. Let's go ahead and stop and see if we can get another fresh scan here from Vipercast radar. And it looks like we got the scan coming around here. So we have another thunderstorm in southern Colleton County. That's not too far from Edisto. I'd say if y'all are listening or watching that storm, it's still about 15 miles away, so you got some clearance on that, but keep an eye on it. This thunderstorm over Mount Pleasant, this thing blew up in about 20 minutes. So any of these thunderstorms, you have all this heat and humidity in the area, you're big heat, big storms. Even if you don't have upper-level support, you're not necessarily going to get severe storms, but you're going to get heavy rain, you're going to get a lot of lightning out of these storms when you have days with 115 heat index, and that's what we're seeing in portions of the low country. Thankfully, this will cool us off just a little bit. All right, so here's what we have. Let's go ahead and turn off the lightning counter just for a second so we can get a little bit of a better look. So you can see that we have downright heavy rain west of 41 near Phillip, Martins Point Landing. You're getting Tons of water right now. Highway 41 going past Cainhoy, Halfway Creek Road, you're getting some showers and thunderstorms. Anywhere along the Wando right now is getting heavy rain. Now you go south of Don Holt, and you actually, it actually clears out. You don't see a lot of rain at all down that. Let's see. Thunder, lightning, and rain is picked back up in Park West, North Mount Pleasant. Sky looks lighter, so hope passing. Yeah, Melanie, we're expecting things to get a little bit better here, I think, in the next hour. These thunderstorms are big shows. You know, imagine you light a match and you have a bunch of fireworks. It goes up, there's a big boom, and then it starts to slowly settle down as the heat and moisture is used up, and you have a little bit of cooling that takes place. You get an outflow boundary of rain-cooled air that separates out. Now, that could kick off more thunderstorms for other areas, but I think if we do see rain and thunderstorm activity in Mount Pleasant, in this same area, it's not going to be as high as it was even 15 minutes ago. I think we're going to see a slow degradation of that thunderstorm activity. Headed towards South Mount Pleasant. Holly, I think this is going to stay just to the north, right? So it's pretty amazing because this severe thunderstorm warning basically stops along Highway 17 in the middle of Mount Pleasant, basically at the end of Shem Creek here. Shem Creek, you are not under a severe thunderstorm warning, but there have been lightning strikes in the area, so it's something worth noting. Coleman Boulevard going all the way up to Chuck Dolly here, and you get to the IOP connector. So Sullivan's Island, you're not under the severe thunderstorm warning. IOP, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning. So it's very street-by-street basis. If you're in the south end of Mount Pleasant, you're not getting much of anything at all. If you were up towards Highway 17, Highway 41, South Carolina 41, you saw a lot of this activity. This was really booming through. And you're starting to see, there it is. There's the latest scan. This is what I thought might happen. We're going to get some cells forming to the west here, kind of close this gap. We'll see this line hang on. Even if it's not all that strong, it is going to put out some lightning. You're going to get some thunder and some rain, and that'll slowly, I'm talking maybe 5 miles per hour, push to the south. We'll see if this even reaches Mount Pleasant proper here at Patriots Point and whatnot. I'm not sure it will. I think a lot of this activity will stay exactly where it's at in North Mount Pleasant. So we have to start getting ready for the News 2 at 4 broadcast here. We got folks already lining up to do that. What we're going to do is keep you guys updated on there. Appreciate everyone joining up. We're going to time this out. We're going to talk about exactly where we think this storm is going. As of right now, it's staying exactly where it's at. I think we'll have a few thunderstorms push west towards Hanahan and continue to push west into potentially southern Dorchester County. But places like Somerville, I think if you're in James Island, if you're in Johns Island, right now you're just hearing some rumbles of thunder. I don't think you'll see anything at all out of this in the next hour. And if something does happen, it won't be until later. So we're going to keep an eye on it, though, and we're going to be checking this very, very closely as we get closer to News 2 at 4. Hidden Lakes, nada. Thank you, Tom. Northwoods area, Tim, there's going to be potential for some isolated thunderstorms, but I think if you're not getting rain right now, there's a low chance that you will. I think this is where, it's kind of a lottery each day about where these thunderstorms pop up in the low country, just wherever that sea breeze hits. And right now, the lottery is North Mount Pleasant and Daniel Island Peninsula and Cainhoy area. That's who's won the lottery today as far as this thunderstorm activity, and not in a good way if you don't like the lightning and the wind. So if we're going to get more storms today, I think most of the activity has got to be centered around exactly where this thunderstorm is at for today. And we're going to repeat this pattern again and again and again tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And some of these will pop severe thunderstorm warnings for gusty winds. And right now it's 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts that are being, that's what it's being warned for by the National Weather Service. That severe thunderstorm warning goes until only 4 o'clock. National Weather Service is going to review it, either decide to cancel it, probably put out special weather statement for maybe 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. But the lightning, regardless, is going to be part of the forecast. Let me turn that back on again so you can see. I mean, a good amount here. And the lightning counter is something that we use a lot, too, because that helps us out determine if there's more or less lightning strikes. Right now, we've got 451, and you scan this, and we got up to a height of about, looks like over 500 at one point. almost 600. We were close to 600 lightning strikes, and that has gone down just a little bit. And that storm that was over East Hanahan is now going towards the Cooper, and it's starting to pick up a little bit more steam. So I don't think we're done with these thunderstorms, but I don't think they're going to be moving all that much either. So we'll keep track of this. We're going to keep track of this as we get to News 2 about 4. Yeah, not across from Tangier. Okay, awesome. Ashley, thank you so much for the report. Hey, thank you all for trusting us with your forecast. We're going to go ahead and switch gears here and head down to the studio, and we'll track this more. But I think the severe thunderstorm warning is going to cancel. I think we've had kind of our blow up of the day. We may have a few more along this line as you're heading west towards Hanahan and southern and middle portion of Dorchester County. But we'll keep you guys up to date with that. Storm Team 2 weather app, a great way to do that. Go ahead and put that up on the screen for you. That's going to be the way to do that. Storm Team 2 weather app, and it's free, and it's manned by meteorologists who actually live and work here in the Low Country. We're going to go ahead and head down to the studio. Thank you, everyone, for joining out there. If you hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck. Use caution.